I feel like we've got to start from the beginning because you have done a lot. We're talking Broadway, we're talking shows, music, all the things. Start from the beginning. Who is Simone Joy Jones?
I was born in Amarillo, Texas. Texas girl through and through. I love my family. I love to hang out. I did sports a lot growing up. Anything I could find that I could get my hands on, I would do. I love the people in my life. And I've always been singing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like my mom was like, we knew you were singing because you would sing jingles. Like she would be like, whenever I would want something before I could speak, I would be like, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like and that's so goofy, but literally that's how I would ask for what I would want. And she was like, that's how she knows she had to cook more.
I'm loving
but
it.
yeah, so I feel like it's always been something that, and my parents have always supported me in anything I wanted to do.
It's beautiful. That's a beautiful privilege. I love that. So how did we get to Broadway specifically? I feel like that should be the
Yes.
jump to all other things.
You're right. Wow. Okay. I turned 10 on Broadway.
Hold on right there. 10 on Broadway.
Turned 10.
Okay, continue.
I did a vacation Bible school play
Okay.
at church, and I didn't let my parents help me learn my lines. I was like, I'm gonna do it. I played King Darius, and then we did it, and they were like, you were really funny. Like you could do this. And I was like, yeah, I've been telling you, like,
Hello?
let's do it. And so somebody at church was like, you should bring her to the open call of Nala and the Lion King. And so my parents packed me and my brother in the car. We drove to the Apollo, and we got there at 3:00 in the morning, and we were third in line, and it was super cold. And as the day went on, the auditions didn't open until like 10, back when open calls were a thing, where they would just send out a blank like statement where it'd be like, if you're a black girl who's between this age and this tall and can sing, come. So the block literally wrapped around with little black girls. And so I went in, and we went and sung on the Apollo stage, and I literally will never forget this, right? And so we just did like rounds and rounds and rounds, and they said, go home. And then back then we didn't have the money to like keep going. So back when like tapes were like pixels, barely, they were like, send it. So we went to the final, and then we didn't end up getting booking that. But I was like, I love this. And that's when I was like, oh, I want to do this. And so we went on a couple more. We went there and stayed in the summers and auditioned in New York. And the next summer I booked Miracle Worker on Broadway. That was my first time.
At 11.
At 11.
At 11. Mm-hmm. What was that like? Like, did you feel like in that moment you understood or like felt the magnitude of like Apollo, Broadway, like, or was it like a hindsight 2020 kind of thing?
I feel like I knew when I was a kid because those places have an energy to it. And my parents were like, this is where, these people performed. We would go and we would look because there's posters on the walls, right. And she would explain the people. And my parents are history professors. So I feel like knowing the gravity of something, but I guess things never felt big. They just felt like what was next. And so it just kind of took it one bite, one step, one song, one little monologue at a time. So it just always felt like, oh, this is my job. Like, I'm going to show up and do my best. Yeah.
That's beautiful. My mom is a teacher, and we can't go to the zoo or to the museums without having to read every single plaque written in that motherfucker. So I get it. I get it. But also, like, looking back, I'm like, okay, I know so many fun facts and like just weird shit just because there wasn't a plaque that I didn't read at any of these museums and stuff.
Yes.
Love that. I love that. So how do we go from, or was it hard or difficult at all to transition from theater to TV?
No, I don't think so. It's the process is the different part.
Okay.
Because, well, you know what? I won't say it was easy. I will say it was a steep learning curve because it was fast with Bel Air and with other shows.
And was that next? Was it like theater, TV?
Yes.
I mean, life.
Oh, life.
Things,
yeah,
but
theater.
Like,
so I did a lot of like commercials and stuff.
Okay.
So I did like Barbie commercials. I did this little doll commercial called Hearts for Hearts Girls, and I was in the chorus. But one of the girls couldn't sing the lead, and she was in the studio, and she was doing it about 45 times until she couldn't get it. And I was like, I can do it. And I'm singing in that commercial now.
Okay.
But it was more of like a necessity. I'm just like, oh, well.
I'm trying to go
yeah,
home.
literally, it's time. Like, we have like a 10-hour day, and I'm like a kid. You know what I mean? I need to go home. My mom's pregnant. Like, I just need to get this going. I didn't know it would like switch the whole commercial. But so I did commercials, and then I went to school. I went to Carnegie Mellon in Pittsburgh, and I had so much just training, and I felt like it became like from theater to like the focus of acting. So I really took the craft of acting very seriously. And so I feel like that's what has made it easier for it to translate across the board.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. So we got Broadway, commercials, college,
Oh, yeah.
which isn't like light shit, like, huh? Yeah, real craftsmanship over here. I love that. And then to TV, and not just TV, but music. My dog be in the booth with it, because the vocals.
In the booth with it.
Yeah, yeah. How was that like a simultaneous kind of thing, or was it? Did you book Bel Air? No, you did. There was music already out before Bel Air, because what is it? Ball Out
is on Bel Air.
Listen,
you did research.
I'm just doing my job here. I'm just doing my job. So I also watch Bel Air. Like, I'm a fan of the show for sure. Awesome. I went to the you guys did like a block party.
Okay.
I was there.
Okay, bomb. Yeah.
Thanks, y'all. Love an open bar. You know what I'm saying? Love an open bar. Okay. And so the soundtrack to Bel Air is spectacular. I love a show with a good soundtrack, but not just a good soundtrack, but the way it's like weaved into the show, because there are also other shows that I feel like the soundtrack is good, but the way that y'all are putting it in there just doesn't feel.
Yes.
It's like not genuine. Giving Insecure.
Yes.
Insecure.
Insecure. Issa did her thing on that. Everything felt like what was happening. Literally.
But Bel Air, I feel like, is another show that their soundtrack is very good. So did you know that Ball Out was going to be on there? Oh.
I didn't know.
Did you find out with the rest of us?
I did. I found out because I had to do paperwork. But the creator, Morgan Cooper, was like, hey, Ball Out's in the show. And I was like, why? Because music was fairly new for me. I mean, not to me. I've always been like, music's always been a part of who I am. But studio and like that world is kind of like a whole different world. It's kind of like it's like from theater to film. That's how it kind of feels, like theater and like just singing on stage to studio is like a whole different thing. And there's some people who are so good at the craft of just like capturing a moment and capturing a feeling, and I still want to be really good at that. And so and doing it from you. Like, I've spent a lot of my life perfecting composers' work, who you know, where they're sitting in the audience, and then, you know, it's somebody's first show, it's somebody's last show, you do your very best. But I was like, okay, I don't even know what I sound like. And so that's when I started in Pittsburgh. I literally just I had a thing where a roommate that I had was like a savant. He played every instrument. We were working on stuff together. And then he put up a song that I wrote without my name on it. And I asked, like, hey, could you just put my name on it? And he was like, nowhere to be found, literally gone. And so I was like, I will never have anybody do that to me again. And so
when I catch you.
So I literally emailed, DM'd everybody that I ever knew in music. Like, it's embarrassing when I look back. Like, some of the people either like follow me now or I was like, oh my God, I gotta go delete that DM from 2017. That's so scary. No, literally, it was embarrassing. But that's how desperate I was to just enter that world, you know? And so, like, it's been such a beautiful journey now, getting to learn and getting respect and being just a student to my own original stuff. But yeah.
All Out on Bel Air.
I'm so sorry. I did.
No, you're good. No, that's perfect.
But literally landing and so having that affirmation of, so Ball Out was one of the songs that after I DM'd everybody, one person got back to me. It's actually Super Duper Brick. He was Brick. He was part of like the whole Kyle universe. When I was like obsessed with Kyle when I was a kid. Crazy. And he was like, this is really good. Whenever you're in the studio, like whenever you're in LA, like let me know. And I was like, oh great, I'll be there on Tuesday. And so I like had my bags there and we made Ball Out in 2 days. And then so it was a really affirming experience to have it on Bel Air because I was like, this is like the first song I've ever done in a studio. Yeah.
That's crazy. And baby, like I said, vocals be vocaling because we just had her in this shower that ain't really a shower, but it's a shower.
It's a shower. And I felt lost in there.
Singing in the Shower episode with Simone coming soon. Okay.
R&B Only Live is a show that will take you on a journey of R&B music from past, present, and future. We bring together the best of the genre with our all-female DJs, talented hosts, and electrifying energy all night long. Get tickets to the tour now at rnbonly.com/calendar and vibe with a room full of R&B lovers.
R&B!
R&B only.